How's it going, my beautiful people? I'm gonna be giving you some word of advice of the day today. If nobody has your back, you gotta get your own back. I come from a perspective point of view where I had to get my own back in a lot of situations. You know, I came up from a lot of downfalls that I had, only to know that it was the climate to the climax to where I needed to be. It taught me a lot as a person to grow, to learn, to understand different perspective, points of views, and also be compassionate and passionate in every way towards other people, and understand them from a different perspective, point of view. Always knowing that these things, are always able to shape us better into our lives. Why I say this because everything that I learned and discovered on my own, or even like through other people, I was just able to admire it from up far or even close up, and just be able to take it all in as a sponge, and just absorb it as much as I can to understand it, the deeper meaning of things, and just to be able to be more passionate and compassionate towards others. This is why I like to do what I like to do, spread positivity, and just show you my imperfections and my perfections, just to know that if you go through these things as well, if you go through these things as well, it's obviously a way of being and a way of learning as well. Just as the come goods with the bad, you always gotta be able to take both. I always like to keep myself positive as much as I can, even on my down days, even whenever I'm feeling down. I always try to keep myself together as much as I can. Because I feel like we always, I've had mental breakdowns before in the past, and I was able to mature and understand that, it was just kind of like a phase, that, people have, and I had it, so, but the difference is that I wasn't afraid to show it out, because I feel like nowadays everybody doesn't know what goes behind the scenes, in certain people's lives, and they're just like, oh, like, they got it perfect, oh, they got it made, oh, this and that. Just to know that not everybody's perfect, and I don't even think there's a perfect person out there. Everybody has their own way of being and their own way of just doing things, and I like to share my opinions and my thoughts because that's just me. Hopefully I give you some knowledge, hopefully I give you some it's really easy to be able to learn everything that you need to learn, as motivational wise and inspiration wise, just to know that it's always within yourself. I say this because there's a lot of times that I had to just get that drive inside of me and really push myself to my limits, and just be able to, all right, I'm gonna set this new challenge, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And it all came from inside of me, because it was this period of time that I was looking for motivation, because I lost my motivation. I didn't have a lot of things to pick me up from my stuck ways in the past. And I would look for motivational videos, I would look for inspirational quotes, to people that I look up to, and just to know that that is just something that you got to build up as characteristic wise, and just build into yourself, into your life. I guess you could call it a lifestyle. Why? Because a lot of the successful people have this, and it's something that you can just create off of yourself and be really in touch with yourself in those emotions. Why? Because just like I said in the previous, like right now, I would look at motivational videos, and I want to be motivated for the next hour or so, and it wasn't enough. I would have to go and watch a podcast and stuff like that, and just to know, my life has been a whole inspirational to myself, to see where I started from, and to know where I'm going, and to know what I've done already. Meaning, in other words, I'm just that person that always wants to continue to build myself, continue to rise up, and just to be able to inspire and help others to reach their maximum potential in those ways as well. Just because They might not have that, friend figure, brother figure, or just in general like that, or even as a mentor. Because a lot of people have come to me for guidance, have seen me, just in my transformation of where I started from, and just to see me continue on my path is inspirational enough to me to know that even when I was like on my bad days, I was still striving for a better day. Like, even if it was just like not the way that people expected it to be, it was always enough for me knowing that nobody knew what shoes I wore, meaning that nobody was in your shoes. I can't be here telling you this. Why? Because I never lived what you live, and you can say the same thing about me. I just show y'all what I want to show y'all and tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. So don't give up. Keep going. If you're going through things, it's gonna get better. It always does. I always told my one thing that I'm here. One thing that I'm here to remind you about in life is that the older you get, the more you're able to learn and explore. And I mean that in a great way. My bad, somebody texted me. I mean that in a great way. Because if you think about it, this life is meant to be explored and to be able to understand and to be able to learn. You learn from your cause and effect. That's why I try to learn as fast as I can, because sometimes you can't make the same mistake over and over. So, I try to learn fast to my adaptabilities, to my surroundings, to my emotions. If I embarrass myself in one area, I'm like, all right, bet that's enough right there. I can't do that again. so yeah. So you just gotta always learn to just vibe with the flow. Why? Because back then I would just always try to like control everything. Try to be like a perfectionist, and I still have those traits right there. Just because I have standards for myself, and it's complicated in the past with that. I'm learning to be more open and just be more of something better that I can be, and just to learn from those occasions. I learned a lot from business partnerships. That's a big one right there for me. I've had great business relationships, and just to know that my ego at times and my just the way that I was at times, in the past with my cycles that I was in, just stuck on, it kept me from growing into something better. And just to know that it already passed by, just to know that it's still there, and I'm able to create better options and create better resources from that. And that's something that I always take into consideration in my life in general when it comes to business, relationships, friendships. One of my favorite quotes is never burn a bridge if you're gonna cross it again. Why? Because what if you burn that bridge and just to know that you need to cross it again? How are you gonna cross it? You're gonna have to swim. You're gonna have to swim. Think about that one. Hey, that was a good one. Oh, I never heard someone say it like that. I was the first one. I was the first one with the swimming part. I know I heard that quote before, but the swimming part, hey, I never heard that somebody